So last week, Balak, Bilam, the sorcerers, they didn't succeed in their plot. And it turns out that all they needed was to bring a few pretty Midianites, everyone stooping everyone, and God is furious, and it looks like again it's end game and everything's all over. Enter Pinkhas, he takes his romach, his spear, with pikuach nefesh. Right, you're going into the heat of Sodom, of Gomorrah, of the Israelites' encampment, where all the I'm not going to say the word, but they're all stooping together, and the spear goes through two of them, right, Zimri and the Sheila, and God is happy, and he gives them all these blessings. Okay. Rabbi Raphael Birdugo, the angel Raphael, wants to understand several things. First off, he says he brings this time not King David, but his son Solomon, from Proverbs, and says, Solomon has already told us, don't be a zealot, don't be envious of sinners, just a tzaddik. A tzaddik is meant to focus on good, is meant to focus on doing good things. So how can we explain that Pinkhas, who we say is this tzaddik, given what God gave him, that he's even spending time looking at what these, haters are doing, and, what's he doing there? Let's say it makes sense, because we can say, as we know, Pinkhas understood that if he doesn't go and act, that's it, it's all over. So he did what he did. Okay. But still, it's pikuach nefesh. You go by yourself with a spear against all these people, pikuach nefesh. So he says, this is why it says, and moreover, you're hoping for a miracle? That's chutzpah. Right? So he prayed. We know he prayed to God. So you're not supposed to pray for a miracle. You're supposed to act in the natural way of the world, and you do your hishtadlut, you do what you need to do, and God will help. What are you going with a spear in the middle of a military camp with everyone stooping, and you're going and, what's going on? He says, this is why it gives the lineage of Pinkhas, Ben Eliezer and Aaron, all the way back. This is why we are told to say that he said, don't do it for me. I'm not worthy. Do it for my father, do it for my grandfather, and get this. And this is beautiful because Rabbi Raphael never does this. He not never, but he doesn't, many times he won't look at the word and play with the word, right? Kabbalists do this. He's a shtickle Kabbalist, but still. He looks at the word romach, spear, and he says, do you want to see how far back the zchut that Pinkhas got for doing what he did and why God forgave him, why God accepted what he did and gave him all the gifts? Because romach, in Gematria, the numeric value of romach, of spear, is Abraham. He got the zchut all the way back to Avraham Avinu. Why? And this is gorgeous. What did Avraham do? Avraham Avinu is the master of pikuach nefesh, right? He threw himself into the kivshanesh, he threw himself into the pit of fire for God's sake, right? This is according to the Midrash. So just like Abraham did, this is where Pinkhas learned from. This is why he used a spear romach. It's to allude to Abraham, to the zchut that he got from Abraham, just like he did it. And then we can also take the word romach, spear, flip it, and it's rechem, right? Rechem, not only womb, but also mercy. He prayed and hoped that God would forgive him. He didn't come and say, I know I'm doing the right thing. He said, God, please, I know it's pikuach nefesh. I know I need to take care of myself. I know I'm not worthy. Please, I'm praying you. And I'm hoping, that you somehow accept that even, that Abraham did this. And then what did he get? Because thanks to his actions, the Israelites were not completely annihilated. He gets to live forever. And this is the explanation of the Midrash that Pinkhas is Eliyahu. What does it mean, Pinkhas is Eliyahu? Right? The shtickle Kabbalist comes out. Pinkhas is Eliyahu Navi. He never died. That's. So words on the Torah portion of Pinkhas, the beautiful interpretation of Romach, spear, and Rachem, all the way back to Avraham Avinu and all the way to Elijah the prophet. Shabbat Shalom.